All right, Jeffrey, I got my sleeves rolled up. When they load into the starting gate for Saturday in May, there's a handful of chances for a Triple Crown. After they run the race, there is one chance, and that chance is American Pharoah. How about a Preakness preview? What do you make of his chances to capture racing's second jewel in the Triple Crown?
Bob Baffert said the Preakness is the easiest of the three. I think he's probably right. It sounds a little confident on his part, but the Derby, you've got a big field, you've got traffic to negotiate, you got a mile and a quarter, you don't know if your colt can run that far. But in the Preakness, it's a little different. The field's going to be half its size, probably around 10, we would say at this recording. And many of the major contenders, now that they don't have a chance in the Triple Crown, will drop out. I don't see the newcomers, the ones that are coming in fresh that didn't run in the Derby, as being much of a factor. So there's really no reason to think that American Pharoah won't run as well, if not better. You probably have to beat the same two colts he beat in Kentucky. I thought Firing Line and Dortmund certainly ran admirably, and they'll be back for more.
The statistics say Baffert is deadly. 3 Derby wins, 3 Preakness wins with those Derby horses. He's looking to stay unbeaten with his 4th Preakness starter off a Derby win. Last 7 years, 2007, a Derby runner has won this race. Dortmund, Firing Line, their chances to reverse that decision.
Well, I think Firing Line might have a better chance than Dortmund. Firing Line really came into the race fresh, and maybe a little too fresh in a sense. He hadn't had a race in 6 weeks and only 2 races in 3 months. That's a tough task, and yet he ran very well, didn't change leads in the final stages of the race. Maybe he was getting a little tired, maybe a little short. I think he has a chance to move forward. I think what we saw of Dortmund might have been his best shot, although a mile and a quarter might have been a tad out of his range. There's a chance that he might improve as well. But I think what we see in the Derby is a pretty conclusive result. I think the best 3 horses ran 1, 2, 3. And I think American Pharoah, considering all the ground loss that he had, and he himself might have been a little short too, having 2 easy preps, I think we're going to see a similar result. I think there's no reason to believe American Pharoah can't come back and do it again.
As top-heavy as the Derby field was in quality, I think the best horses ran 1, 2, 3. I find it hard to believe a competitive edge or a divining rod would upset this field as new shooters into the Preakness Stakes. What will be interesting, however, does Baffert knock off Baffert in a bid for a Triple Crown? That'd be Dortmund over American Pharoah.